Hello. Hello from Montana. We're really excited to be with all of you here, and we wanted to give you a view of where we are in this beautiful planet. So this is Montana.
Or a very small part of it.
Yeah.
And this is Julianne, and I'm Prageet, and we both work with the Stargate. And we'd like to share with you from here in Montana, where we've been with Cryon and his Summer Light Conference. And actually somebody just sent us a photo.
Oh, yeah. So this is really cool. We wanted to share that with you. This is Prageet channeling on stage with Marilyn Harper and Lee Carroll earlier this morning.
Yes, just a short while ago.
So that's really special.
So we've been here for a few days, and we're connecting with you because we want to let you know about this amazing program that we've already started in the first series, and we're about to start a second, which is the focus of this particular webinar. But we'll be saying something about both. And for those of you that know the Stargate work, we have something to show you.
Something really exciting.
Which is the very, very first, well, the one and only pure quartz crystal Stargate. This was made by Paul Utz, and we are so touched by it that we've asked him to make some more so that they're available for those people that would like to experience them. We'll be having them in our workshops around the world, so you'll be able to see them if you join us for one of those. So, beautiful. It's really, the energy of it is really amazing.
It's very pure.
Yeah.
And one cool thing about quartz that we just learned from the guy who made this, Paul Utz, is as light passes through really pure quartz, it actually speeds up light itself. So it feels like that does something for the frequency of the Stargate energies that come through it.
We'll have to investigate that more. But anyway.
So we're really happy to be with all of you today. We're going to move through a process of, first of all, inviting everyone to just relax and go inside. And then we'll go into some of the information, then channeling from Alcazar. And then, as we always do, because it's the best of the Stargate work, we're going to invite you into an energy experience.
So we just invite you just to kind of relax right now. Let go any stress or concern.
Yeah, so just take a moment for yourself. Take a moment to really kind of like relax into your body. Close the eyes for just a moment. Take a deep breath.
And we have a special welcome for this hundreds of you that are watching this webinar, either live or on the recording. And we'd like to share a little bit about actually what the Stargate is. We'll do this really briefly because there's thousands of you out there that have experienced this before. So this little structure, and these Stargates come in many sizes. This is the Stargate. It's a sacred geometric structure. And this might seem a little weird if you're with us for the first time, but because of the sacred geometry, it allows a higher dimensional consciousness to be anchored into this third dimension to work with us in the processes that we'll be describing a little later.
So what's really special about this anchor for this higher dimensional consciousness is that because it's a consciousness, it actually creates a quantum energy field. It's an intelligent energy, and it vibrates really high. So it starts to vibrate us, and we start to resonate and align with that high vibration. And in that space, we can access this field of love. We can access our psychic abilities, remembrances from past lives. Also, instant healing can happen.
And we've been working with this for the last 28 years around the world.
I've been alive for the last 28 years.
Julianne joined the Stargate in 2012.
Yeah.
And we've been traveling together since then. So what does this do? As you've heard, the consciousness is a high vibration. And when we work with the Stargate, and you'll experience this soon, we ask that consciousness to vibrate faster. As it does so, it raises the vibration up to what we call the 12th dimension. And in that space, you become very sensitive to energies. And then we will invite some of the guides, we'll invite the angels and some of the masters, and you will feel them coming to you wherever you are listening and participating in the meditation. So it's important to be participating in the meditation, not just listening. But we'll go over that just before the meditation starts.
So before we move into sort of like talking about some of the really awesome aspects that we're bringing into this next youthing program, we've been here with Cryon and Lee Carroll at the Summer Light Conference, and we've been learning a lot about the power of the heart and the power of gratitude to create coherent fields. So I'd like to experiment with just like, let's all connect, so that, because when you connect, there are like a 1,000 people probably live with us right now. I don't actually know the numbers, but when we connect with numbers like that, we actually can create a field of oneness with all of us, and that can help to bring our receptivity up so we can bring the best.
And the magic, in a sense, of the quantum field is, even if you're listening and participating to the recording, if you work with us, you will feel the energy coming to you the moment that you tune in with us.
Okay. So we're just going to simply invite you to, once again, just relax, go inside. Closing the eyes. And as Prageet says, if it's all dark, then your eyes are closed. And so just see if you can drop your awareness into your heart and feel how that shifts your energy, so that your energy moves from your head to your heart. And now just think about a person or a place that you love, that you feel gratitude. It could just be life itself.
Or your pet.
Or your partner.
Your children.
Your nephew, your niece. And just see if you can drop into that feeling. And maybe you can feel that already there's a coherent field that's being created. And see if you can just extend that gratitude, extend that feeling of love and peacefulness to everyone on the whole planet. Great. And so when you're ready, come on back.
Let's stay connected to that gentle space.
You can actually move and flow with that space of calm.
So what is this youthing program? So many of you listening have already participated in the first series. And as we said earlier, we're about to introduce the second series. But the first thing to understand is that these are just different focuses at the same youthing process. So the first focus in the first series was very much about working at a cellular level. And we haven't mentioned yet Alcazar, who's our guide, who's the one that actually created the Stargate forms for us. He guides these processes. And so in this 4-week process, in the first series, the energy that was being brought to us in the meditations was focused on different aspects on a cellular level. And they were working with the mitochondria.
The energy generators of the cells.
And the stem cells.
the regenerators of the body. We actually have stem cells that are like a day old. You know, they have these telomeres that are a day old circulating in our blood all the time.
And the third one was the telomeres.
And the telomeres protect the DNA, and as they get too short, they start to make all kinds of dysfunction. So extending them actually starts to reverse some of the effects of aging.
So scientists have just realized that they can be extended, and the energy work that Alcazar does is actually strengthening and extending them.
And what's really beautiful about telomere research is that this scientist who's won a Nobel Prize actually works with a psychologist, because what they've found is that our mental and emotional states have a profound impact on whether our telomeres rapidly shorten or whether they can actually start to elongate.
And it's very simple, really. Stress is one of the things that shortens them.
Stress. Yeah. So
stress, it's common sense in a sense, but stress actually shortens your life.
But there are different types of stress. So if you're responding to stress by being like, yeah, I can do this, then it actually becomes just a challenge that you overcome. But if you feel stressed all the time and you feel like you can't meet that challenge, that's when it really starts to deplete you.
And so the fourth week in that series was about fear, which is actually the basis of all our limitations.
And so this is very interesting, that fear would be the basis of the limitations. And Alcazar has also said, fear is the opposite of love. It's not hate, it's fear. This is interesting to me even more now, because I've been studying something called interpersonal neurobiology. And this is a science that aims to explore the human experience by bringing together all the different forms of science, from mathematics to anthropology to neuroscience to social psychology. And what I've been learning about is how it's when we feel threatened that we go into survival mode, that our physiology changes from being like restorative and regenerative to being like mobilizing energy to survive, which can, if we're kept in that state for long periods of time, it starts to degenerate the body.
And that's what stress does.
Exactly. So then, like, if you think about our window of tolerance, so like, you know how sometimes you feel like really good, and no matter what anyone says to you, you're just like, I love you. And then sometimes it's like you're grumpy because you didn't get enough sleep last night, or like you're Jules and you just get grumpy sometimes. And so like, then it's like almost like your window of tolerance is like a lot shorter. It's like someone's just humming a tune and you're like, get out of here, like, go. So there's actually a chart that shows this window of tolerance. And as we're put into fear states, the window goes like this. So for us, it's really wonderful that leading edge science is beginning to demonstrate with scientific principles and scientific research what Alcazar has been telling us for the last 30 odd years. And it's starting to honor our subjective experiences and actually it's amazing when science actually brings insight and wisdom into the human experience. So that was the focus of the first week. But what we found amazing was, as Alcazar with these different meditations focused on energizing the cells, changing the body, we got incredible responses from people. People were saying that they looked younger, that their friends were telling them, which was always a good sign, but all kinds of... Not just friends. Somebody said 3 different people told her in the span of like 2 days, and one of them was her medical doctor. Yeah. And so apart from the you thing, which many people could actually experience, all kinds of other things were happening in their lives. Relationships were changing. People were finding abundance happening. The reason for this, as Alcazar explains, is as you start to realign yourself
your vibration rises. As your vibration rises, you create a much higher level of experiencing in this reality.
Also, as your vibration rises, you sync up with the quantum field. And what that means is that you can start to invite synchronicity into your life in unprecedented ways, and it's exponential.
And that happens naturally. It's not something like you think and try and create synchronicity. It happens because your vibration attracts it.
It's actually part of our human biological mechanism for existing, is our ability to be, you could call it precognizant, where you're like psychic, but essentially there are studies that show that the human body and the heart is the first to like respond, but the human body responds to stimuli up to 6 seconds before we actually see that's it's an image, right? But like your body starts to like respond to it 6 seconds before you actually see it. So, and that's common, but the awareness is always the last to know.
So we'll be going more into that as we move into this second series.
I'm so excited about.
We can tell.
There's this. Okay, so the science just essentially validates it, but there are tools, and the tools are what this next series is really all about. And the most simple way we can explain it is that it's about discovering your power moment by moment to, first of all, become more aware of what's happening inside of you, what kind of state you're in, and then to start to shift into states of being that are more regenerative for the body.
Yeah. So this is all about body, mind, and the greater self, superconsciousness, as Alcazar calls it. And I'm actually getting a kind of a buzz from Alcazar, so I think he wants to. I think he wants to come in and say a few words also. Beloved ones, we greet thee, 'tis Alcazar. And we invite you to simply relax as we say a few words to you. And if you feel to, close the eyes, because this allows you to be more sensitive to energy. And as we talk, we are always bringing energy to you as well. Because of the nature of the quantum field, you can feel us, the subtle energies that we bring to you as we talk. If this is new to you, do not be concerned if you do not feel the energy. As we move into the meditation later, you will feel the energies coming to you. And so we wish to talk about what is being termed this youthing project. It might seem a little strange to some of you, but your bodies are designed to live for hundreds of years. But because of the lifestyle, because of the conditioning you have received over so many lifetimes, you do not live that long yet. But as you can tell, people are slowly beginning to live a little longer. The focus of this youthing project is not so much about extending your lifetime, although that will happen for many. It is about feeling youthful as you proceed into the latter years of your life. So feeling youthful, what does that mean? It means that the body is in health. It means that you have much energy. It feels that there is a lot of joy, love, excitement, challenges which you want to accept, rather than the stagnation of, oh no, I can't be bothered. That's too much energy. I'm too tired. Takes too much time. All those things that humanity slowly drop into as they get older. So the focus of the youthing is from many different angles and perspectives to make you aware of the limitations that no longer need to be there, but also to show you how you can use your mind to dissolve these limitations. Not only that, the energy work that we will be bringing in every single webinar is designed to create change in you. And how do you allow the change? Simply by relaxing and being. Not trying to direct the energy, just being open and receptive, and to allow for the possibility that just by being in these energy fields, change can happen. We have been working with humanity and the Stargate for almost 30 of your years, and literally thousands of people have been touched. Thousands of people have been changed just by being in these energy fields. So, in this second series, which we say again, it is not important to have done the first series first. You can do the second one before the first one. And in fact, we expect there will be a third series coming in your future. So, in this second series, we wish to assist you in understanding how you maintain your limitations and how to simply dissolve them. We have talked about these in various techniques that we have shared over the years. We are going to bring some new energetics to it, because the more humanity evolves on an individual basis as well as a societal basis, the more you evolve, the more we can bring. The more that we bring, the faster you evolve. And so, even if you have experienced the Stargate many times before, what we will be bringing to you will again be something very new, something very beautiful. And of course, always the change is with ease and grace. And so, beloved ones, we welcome you into this potential. You are welcome to join us should you feel this is appropriate for you. When these two were wishing to create the first series, we said to them, we wish you to make this available. We want you to charge just small amount. And they were a little surprised, but as they always do, they trust our guidance. And in that trust, what occurred was a global change. There were more than 3,000 people participating in that first series, and people are still joining to participate because it works even in the recordings. So let us say a little about how. How does it work if you're not live? The quantum field is something that many have heard the name of, perhaps. But what is it? It is an energy field, indescribable in your language. It exists everywhere, throughout the whole of the universes. It exists throughout all the physical realities. It is not a place. It is not a physical location. It is not in time. This is a difficult one for some to understand. But the quantum field, there is no time. Time is something you experience here on your earth. As you raise your vibration, as you become more conscious, more and more you will find yourself stepping out of time and into that which we call your superconsciousness. So, when you listen to these recordings and you meditate along with us, the guides whom we call in the meditations will come to you, because you are meditating. You are inviting them. And because of the quantum nature, when you drop into that space, you are connecting to us right now in the moment that the meditations are occurring. No time, no place, you all connect energetically together. So even if you are all by yourself, listening to a webinar that happened months before, when you meditate to it, you are there with the other thousands of people connecting in to one vast energy field, which is there to assist in the transformation of each and every one of you. And part of the magic is that as you allow these energies, as you invite them, the change happens not just for you. The change does not happen just for all those meditating. That energy of change moves out into your societies. And so, beloved ones, the Stargate work is not just about individual change. It is about changing humanity. And in fact, more than that, because as humanity changes, it changes for all here on your earth. And if you can be open to the possibility, these energies actually change the whole of the universe. And so, beloved ones, we invite you to participate if this feels appropriate to you. And so we will step back for a few moments and we will return to guide the meditation. And so we step back and we allow these two to say a few more words.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Alcazar.
Sometimes it's difficult to talk, isn't it, after that?
It's just nice to receive it for a moment. Yeah. So when Alcazar says, as we change ourselves, we change the whole of the planetary energetic, science is actually backing this up. This is some of the exciting research from heart math that we've heard about, which is that our heart creates a field that extends about 3 feet from our body, and it's actually broadcasting our emotions. So it's like every time you choose love, every time you choose to flip into a more receptive state, that actually impacts people around you. And the cool thing is, the person who's in the more coherent, more loving, more positive, regenerative emotional state will actually win out, will actually influence people who are in a less positive space. So it's actually like love wins every time.
And Jules is mentioning this regenerative state. And so can you say a few words about what that exactly means?
Yeah. So this is really cool. So how we can clarify this is a regenerative state is any time that we feel peace, love, gratitude, bliss, any of these so-called positive emotions. These actually promote health on a cellular level. They create a cascade of hormones that get sent through your body, like oxytocin, which is known as the bonding, the love hormone. Okay, that's just one, right? I'm not going to go into it. But there's like, if you're in like, so this is the simple clarity, is that you're actually either in a receptive, regenerative state, or you're in a reactive state.
And very generally, we tend to be in that reactive state because in our unconsciousness, the unconscious mind is guiding us and it reacts rather than responds in situations. And that's why so often in social situations at work and places where there's more stress, people get into difficulties. People get into struggle and resentment and upset and all those things, all stress related. So dropping back into that peaceful space changes what's happening in your body. And these talks and these webinars are about regenerating youthfulness. And so it's really important to understand these simple understandings of how the body works, how your mind can actually change the body. Because we've been functioning unconsciously, we've been unconsciously affecting our body, which in so many different ways has led to ill health or a little bit too much weight around the body. You know exactly how it is for you. And in this process, we are going to be youthing so that we feel better. We feel more joy. We feel more love for ourselves as well as those around us. And in that love, as I said earlier, their lives start to change. Abundance starts to happen. Life just seems to be easier. And as we've been seeing in our world, there's more and more chaos, and there's more to come. Be aware of that.
Alcazar actually said that at one of our last workshops. He said there will be disruption happening in the world, and you don't have to worry about it. Stay peaceful inside yourself.
It's temporary. It will seem...
It's part of the shift.
It's part of the shift. It will seem like it's going on forever, but it isn't. But in fact, we were listening to a beautiful
astrologer, Michelle Karen,
who's absolutely amazing. And she was showing from an astrological point of view how this chaos is going to be coming, and also the chaos that's going to be happening in the States, which is going to be affecting the world. And
yeah, go on.
And there's a positive side to all this.
It is, because it's a catalyst to wake people up, because at the same time as there's this astrological influence, which is centered around an eclipse that's going to be happening and going right across America on August 21st, 2017, there's also, in this same astrological influence, there's this massive wing that's all about people coming together in a revolution that's centered around love, completely peaceful and compassionate. So you can see this influence. It's like a confluence of people being like, okay, it's time to really create the change that we need in our system.
And so this is why we feel that this youthful project, really, it's a project to change large numbers of humanity.
Okay, so this is cool. So it's about being able to slip into what neuroscientists would actually call a receptive state, regardless of what's happening around you, as long as you're physically safe. If you're not, then run. But as long as you're physically safe, it's about like, how do we empower ourselves to know? Because you can't control it just with your mind, because the reactive state is actually like your physiology responding, and it's to respect the body and say, okay, what's the message here? What is it that you're showing me? And then like, how do I coax you? Music is one way. Touch can be another way. Snuggling with somebody you love, getting support from your support systems. There are many different tools that we can explore. Prosodic voices, so like soothing melodies, voices. These are ways that it actually starts to switch us.
So we'll be going into different techniques that you can use using your mind, like I said before, mind to literally change the body.
Yeah.
But also just to watch yourself. You know, when you watch the news, the news is fear-based, and it touches you on an unconscious level, and it can bring you down.
Unless you become conscious of it.
Exactly.
So what's been cool for me this weekend is like, I've been studying the interpersonal. There's something that happens between us that very much influences what happens within us. And also there's something that happens between us and the guides that we will be drawing on, because the guides are in this place of perfect love. And so they can help to influence us to move back toward that perfect love. So if fear is the root of all limitations, guess what? Guess what love is? It's the key to dissolving them.
So love is the key to dissolving the limitations, and the guides through the Stargate work bring that love in a vibration that's attuned to you individually, so that you receive exactly what you need to dissolve limitations, and some of which you might not even be consciously aware that you have.
Something that Cryon said in his channel was, people are always looking for the door. Like, where's the door to my awakening? And he said, there is no door. What's needed is for you to dissolve the walls that are keeping you stuck.
Keeping you limited.
Yeah.
And so many of us are aware of our limitations. You're aware of these patterns that you keep on living, that you don't want to live anymore, but you do. There's an addiction element. Just like you're smoking and you want to give it up, but you can't. It's the same with the limitations that you have, self-judgment, criticism, all kinds of limitations. I'm not good enough. There's not enough money to do what I want.
Okay, so we want to hear something cool about this. Those are programs that you learned. They're not your truth. And because they're not your truth, you can dissolve them, right? But how? Like how? And the key actually is dropping in to a state where you're in connection with your beingness, because that is who you truly are. Okay, so once you've probably all had this experience of like going into a state that is so peaceful that some of the mind games that you're playing with yourself, trying to figure out who you are, actually just, you can feel them just drop away. So there are actually different neural circuits that have to do with running those programs. That would be like the observer circuit, the part of ourselves that like talks to ourselves about who we are, what's going on in our lives. And then there's something called the sensory circuit. And so that's what you're dropping into when you start feeling the energies. You actually shift. And that creates the space for that other one to just quiet down. So maybe it's time.
Maybe it's time for an actual
experience that.
Experience of meditation. Yeah. So say a few things about the meditation for those people that haven't experienced a Stargate meditation before. The first thing is there's nothing to do. We create a group energy field by inviting you to ask for a few things, and Alcazar will be asking for those things throughout the meditation. They're very simple things like connecting to the energy of the earth, asking for the earth energy to come up into your body. The meditation, it's important to close your eyes. The reason is that when you close your eyes, you become more sensitive to energy. And this is very much an energetic experience. So we'll be working with a Stargate. Now, you can see here, not very clearly, but this is a Stargate structure, and they come in all sizes. And as we said, the physical structure is an anchor for a higher dimensional consciousness. Now, we will be asking you to invite a Stargate, an etheric Stargate, as we call it, an energy Stargate, the consciousness of the Stargate. When you invite it, it will literally come down as if you are sat or lying down within one of these. And then Alcazar will guide the Stargate to vibrate faster, and it will move us up through the dimensions to the 12th dimension, and then we'll invite some of the guides in. And this is just to give you a taste of your guides coming to you, or some of the guides coming to you. You'll feel them coming to you if you meditate along with us. One thing that we always need to say is if you're driving, please don't do it right now.
You can wait, and the energies will be just as strong in the replay, because it's actually something that you create. And like Alcazar described, because we're working with a quantum energy field, the energies are always coming to you in the moment as a response to you. And it's always actually the same moment as everyone else is creating it, because it's outside of the linear timeline. So it's like I say now, and you can hear it right now, or you can hear it in the future when you're listening to the replay.
Okay.
So I think before we go into the meditation, someone asked an important question. Can we take it?
Sure.
So she was asking, how do I get out of fear for my son who's in London?
You are energetically connected to your son. You might not feel it, you might not know it, but there's a connection. When you love someone, there's a connection to them. So if you're in fear, your connection with your son is literally energizing his own fear. So what to do? Change your fear. The mind says, but he's in a difficult situation, I should be worried about him. Change your way of looking at it. He's in a difficult situation, therefore I need to send him my love and my support. So you can do this in this meditation. When we go up to first of all, just focus on being with us for the meditation. Then when we get up to the part where we're inviting the guides, you just say it inside for yourself, invite the guides to bring their love and support to your son as well. Realize that if you're in fear, you're subtly sending that to him. He may not feel it, because we're all at a very unconscious level right now, but we're stepping out of that. Some of the information we give you will enable you to start moving towards something that you haven't experienced before. And so Alcazar says, be open to the possibility of these things that we talk about. Don't try and say, oh, that's not true, or, oh, I believe that, so it must be true. No. Open to the possibility and then have an experience. Because with the experiencing, then you know. So, when we're working with you, go up to the 12th dimension. When we start inviting the guides, you just say inside, because the guides know you, just say inside, please bring these energies to support my son as well. And for you, moment by moment, throughout your day, every time you think of him, think how much you love him. Think how special he is to you. Think about all the delightful moments that you've had with him. Why? Because that puts you in that deep, loving space. And because you're connected with him, that love is naturally flowing towards him. Again, whether he feels it or not, it will be happening.
Yeah, and this relates to this relationships component of the program, because our relationships are so important. And actually, if one person is in a state where they feel afraid or they're triggered in some way, if you can stay in that place of having a balance in your own system, so having this love, having this higher vibration, having this compassion, and you actually communicate in a way where the other person feels felt by you. It's called compassionate communication, where you really care about that person and you want to know, like, ask your son, like, hey, how is this affecting you? Like, really let him express to you. And that's how you can start to feel better about where he's at, because that communication's there. But also his system will start moving toward balance. So that's what you do if you can stay in that space of love.
Okay, so let's move into the meditation.
Yeah.
Music?
Yes. So we'll have Ashley, our tech assistant in California, put the music link, and we will have, if you click the link, it will open in a new window. In that new window, you can adjust the volume. And then once you get the volume to where you like it, go ahead and just relax, go inside. You can lie down if you wish, just whatever makes you feel most comfortable. So let yourself kind of settle in. And in this meditation, there's nothing to do. There's no effort. And so you can't do it wrong.
Okay. So, select the music if you want to. If you're having trouble doing that, it's really not necessary to have music. So if you can't access the music easily, don't be worried. And then again, we just ask all of you now to close your eyes and get comfortable. And Alcazar will channel through both Julianne and myself and guide this meditation. Beloved ones, we greet thee, 'tis Alcazar. And it is a great honor to be with you at this moment of your time. We wish to share with you some gentle energetics. And as has been said, there is nothing to do, just to relax into the energies, whether you feel them initially or not. Just know that they are coming to you. They are very subtle in the beginning, and then they will get a little stronger. We create a group intention with thousands of you that will be listening to this, participating in this experience, whether you are listening live or listening to a recording. The energetic will be the same. And so we ask you to ask inside, not out loud, but simply asking inside for various things during the meditation. This creates the group intention, and the guides respond to this group intention. It is that simple, it is that easy, and we will say more about the process during the meditation.
And so whenever we work with the Stargate, we always first begin by inviting each and every one of you to simply connect to the energy of your earth, the energy of your Gaia. And so just asking inside for the earth's energy to come up into your body, into your energy field.
Just asking, we call for the energy of the earth, the energy of Gaia, to gently bring her energy up into your body, into your energy field. It is not a doing, it is just relaxing and allowing for the possibility that she is responding to you.
Beautiful. And so now we wish to guide each one of you to create an etheric Stargate, to have the energy, the consciousness of the Stargate begin to form around you. And so we ask each one of you just to ask inside for the presence of an etheric Stargate.
We call for etheric Stargates to come down around all who are participating in this meditation, to come right now. And you might even feel or sense an energy coming down around you. Just relaxing and being open to the possibility that this can happen, that a consciousness come and surround you with its presence, its love, its willingness to assist you. Very good.
Very good. And so now we will begin to ask all the etheric Stargates to gently raise their vibration. And as the vibration rises, we actually move up through what we call your dimensional realities. And this is just an increase in the frequency.
And so we are asking all these etheric Stargates to start vibrating faster. And so as they do so, they are already moved out of the third dimension or physical dimension. And they are moving rapidly through the fourth and merging now into that which you would call the fifth dimension. A different frequency band, that is all.
And continuing to rise, continuing to vibrate faster and faster, merging through your sixth dimension and continuing until we reach the seventh dimension, where we bring all the etheric Stargates to a gentle pause.
And so now your etheric Stargate is vibrating at the 7th dimensional level. And so we're going to ask each one of you to ask inside for a strong 7th dimensional energy field in your etheric Stargate.
And so we call for a strong energy field of the 7th dimension.
Nothing to do, but your Stargate is beginning to radiate a 7th dimensional energetic all around you. And as you simply relax into that 7th dimensional field, what will start to happen is your energy will gently start to rise until your energy is vibrating in harmony, in balance with the 7th dimension. And this takes a few moments, so nothing to do. Just relaxing, and you might even sense this gentle energy coming to you. So whilst we give a few moments for this to occur, we would like to explain how do these energies create change for you. It is just an energy. How can it create a change in your physical body? The energy of the Stargate is quantum. It works on a cellular level. In fact, it works with your DNA. The vibrations of the Stargate actually vibrate your DNA. And some of you are aware that apart from the 2 strands of physical DNA that is in each and every cell, you also have higher dimensional DNA, non-physical, higher dimensional DNA. Much of this DNA, even some of the physical DNA, is not functioning right now. It is dormant. As much as 2/3 of your DNA is dormant. And so 2/3 of your potential, you are not yet living. So the intention of the Stargate work is to reactivate parts of this dormant DNA. How does it work? How does it reactivate? Vibration. The gentle vibrations coming to you and the vibrations from the guides in a few moments vibrate your DNA. And this dormant DNA, when it is vibrated in the right way, some of it will start to reactivate, will start to function again, and change happens. You are all unique individuals. Change can happen in different ways. More of this later, perhaps. But right now, you are all vibrating in a beautiful 7th dimensional energy, whether you can feel it or not. Again, don't be concerned if you are not yet feeling the energy. Now we are going to ask your Stargate to start vibrating even faster.
Beautiful. And so as we gently raise the vibration, just relaxing into the energies as they vibrate faster all around you. And we are moving now through your 8th dimensional frequencies, continuing to rise, continuing to accelerate, merging into the 9th dimension now, and vibrating faster still.
Into the 10th, very rapid vibrations right now into the 11th, and now finally merging into that which you would call the 12th dimension.
And so here in this 12th dimensional frequency, again, we bring the Stargates to a gentle pause, and we invite each and every one of you just to ask inside for a strong 12th dimensional energy field.
We call for a strong 12th dimensional energy field in all the etheric Stargates around this beautiful world. And nothing to do. As before, simply relaxing into the Stargate energies, into the energies that are surrounding you. Your own vibration will gently rise until you are also vibrating in harmony with the 12th dimension. And as we have said, there is nothing to do. It is not a doing. It is not even a trying to feel the energy. It is just being with what is. Very good. And so, beloved ones, in this frequency, when you are in harmony with it, you become far more sensitive to the guides, to beings who are so benevolent, so loving. They have been through this process. They have raised their vibration. They have become enlightened, as you would call it. We will invite some of the human masters. We will invite some of the masters, the enlightened ones, which are now, their whole society is enlightened. We call them the star families. People living in civilizations around your universe. Beautiful beings, advanced souls. But they know this experience. They have gone through a similar experience themselves. Eons ago, on your timeline. But they are available to assist you. And so we ask each one of you to ask inside for an even stronger 12th dimensional energy field.
And so just asking with feeling, we call for an even stronger energy field of the 12th dimension. And just feel, perhaps you notice a slight increase in the energy field, almost like a pressure around you.
Very good. And so we'll begin the process of inviting the guides, and we usually follow a very similar process. And so first, we will invite those whom you call the angels. And again, we are going to invite you to ask inside for their presence. If you can bring your feeling to the asking rather than just voice of the mind, then the guides will respond more strongly to you.
And so each one of you asking inside, we call for the presence of the angelic realm.
And feel. Just notice the energy around you. The angels are gently coming to you right now. Can you feel the energy changing as the angels come to you? Simply because you asked. And you can invite them to come closer. Come closer. And more. Invite them to share more of their energy with you. Just the asking is all that is necessary. The angels coming simply because you asked. You can feel them because their presence vibrates your energy field. Their presence vibrates your very DNA. Beautiful.
Very good. And so there is an aspect within the angelic realm known as the Elohim Council of Angels. And they are wishing to bring their energy also into this space to connect with all of you right now, for they are the overseers of the Stargate work. And so we ask each and every one of you with feeling just to ask inside for the angels of the Elohim.
We call for the presence of the angels of the Elohim. And feel, again, feeling a gentle change in the energy field. Very good.
Very good.
And now, beloveds, we will invite some of the ascended masters, those who have walked the earth as you are doing now, who reached that place of enlightenment and are now ready to assist you to move into that same experience. The first whom we invite is the one whom we call the Blessed Mother. She was the mother of Jesus. Her name is Mary. Many of you call her Maria. And so we are going to ask each one of you now, just to ask inside with feeling, with the desire to experience the Blessed Mother Mary or Maria.
And so we call for the presence of the Blessed Mother, Mary or Maria.
And feel. Here she comes. Just feeling her energy. She comes gently and then it gets stronger. So just feel. Invite her closer. Can you feel the energy shifting as she brings her love, her presence to you? Mary, Maria, coming to you. Feeling her as her presence joins the angels in the Stargate, vibrating your DNA, challenging it to awaken right now.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Very good. And another who carries divine compassion, wishing to join you, and beloved ones, know it well. Whenever you feel compassion, it is divine energy. She is the one known as Kuan Yin, and so each and every one of you just asking inside for her presence to come to you.
We call for the presence of Kuan Yin to join each and every one of us around the world in our etheric stargates.
And just feel this as Kuan Yin brings her energy to you.
Adding her frequencies to the vibrations that are surrounding you, that are flowing through you. Now another master.
This time, one who carries masculine, divine masculine energy. And he is very well known. He has touched the lives of millions of people around your world. He is the one who is known as Gautama, the Buddha.
And so each one of you just ask inside for the presence of the Buddha.
And so we call for the presence of Lord Buddha and feel.
And feel. Here he comes, the Buddha. Can you feel this energy changing around you again? The Buddha bringing his presence to you. A slightly different feeling. Divine male energy vibrating you, joining all those who have come before. Another master, also a male, Saint Germain, wishing to join you. And so again, just asking inside for the presence of Saint Germain.
And so we call for the presence of the Master Saint Germain.
And feel, here he comes. Saint Germain, coming to you. Very good. And one more master, and then we will introduce some of the star families. This is the one known from your country of Israel. He is the one known as Moses. And so each one of you asking inside for the presence of Moses.
And so we call for the presence of Moses.
And feel, here he comes. The energy changing around you. Invite him closer. Moses, coming to you. Very good. Now the star families.
In fact, the ones who are known as the Lemurian Masters are wishing to join you. And they have many of them, all of them actually. They have come from the stars. But as you know, they were part of what was called Lemuria, a place where you lived in oneness. You lived in synchrony with the quantum field. You knew who you truly were. They are wishing to come just to share their vibration with each and every one of you here listening right now. And so we ask you, just with an openness, with a curiosity, just to invite their energy into your etheric stargate.
We call for the presence of the masters from Lemuria.
And feel.
And feel. Here they come, the Lemurian masters. Invite them closer.
Come closer. Bring more of your energy here. Just feel. Can you feel? They are bringing the energy of pure love,
Ancient wisdom,
remembrance of the stars, your origins in the universe.
the Pleiadians now. They are beautiful beings, very connected to humanity. They come in their light bodies. And so we ask each one of you to ask inside for the presence of the Pleiadians.
We call for the presence of the star family, the Pleiadians.
And feel. Here they come. A much higher frequency. Light bodies vibrating you through your stargate, coming to you because you asked. Invite them closer. Yes, and more. The Pleiadians. They work very closely with the stargate, as do another star family whom we call the Arcturans.
And so each one of you now inviting the Arcturans also to join you.
We call for the presence of the star family, the Arcturans.
And feel. Again, a gentle shift in the energy field. Invite them closer. The Arcturans. Beautiful.
There are so many star families, so we introduce a few that you perhaps have heard of before. The Syrians we will mention now and ask you to invite them.
The Syrians exist on multiple planets. They have a great consciousness and they have multitudes of body forms. And so just asking inside for the presence of the Syrians.
We call for the presence of the Syrians.
And just feel.
Come closer. The Syrians. Beautiful. And so, beloved ones, you have received a taste, but a few of the guides and the energies who are available. But also, we can invite the power and the presence of Mount Shasta to join us, for the Stargate Center is in Mount Shasta in California. It is a powerful place. And so we are going to ask each one of you to ask inside for the power and the presence of Mount Shasta and all those beings associated with her to bring their energy here right now.
And so we call for the power, the presence of Mount Shasta.
And feel, just inviting the power of the mountain, feeling the energy coming to you. Mount Shasta. Yes. Very good. And there is so much that we wish to invite you to experience. This is just a small taste of the beings who will be working with you. And there are so many more. And so this is a taste. This is a presence. We will work with these beings and bring energies to you to support you in your change on all levels and all aspects and all dimensions of self. We will introduce you to your quantum self, your superconsciousness. Two ways of describing the same thing: your superconsciousness, your quantum self. We will introduce you to your quantum self. You are already connected, but the awareness of it has not been there for so many lifetimes. And so, beloveds, feel your energy right now. Just notice, tune in. Notice the vibration that is occurring inside. Can you feel that? A subtle vibration.
And beloved ones, if you can feel the vibration, we invite you to really bring your appreciation to yourself right now.
Loving yourself, or giving yourself this opportunity, this experience, this expanded experience. Right now, it is an expanded experience. Very soon, this will be your daily experience.
That is what we are offering to teach and develop in this Your Youthing series. Because when you enter this expansion, you are entering you. You are becoming aligned with who you truly are. And from that place of knowingness, there is so much potential for you to change this beautiful planet, but more importantly, to change your own experience here on this earth. For we have said it before, and we say it again. When you love yourself, you give the greatest gift that is possible to give to the whole of your humanity. And so, beloved ones, know thyself, love thyself, and be free.
And so again, just really just feeling that vibration inside.
And see if you can just really enjoy the pleasurable experience. See if you can really, really sense all the subtle layers of that vibration.
Beautiful. And so we know there are many questions. We really appreciate your feedback on what you felt in that meditation. And we will answer questions when we do this 4-week series. There's time for questions, and Alexar will answer your questions. And it's always interesting because when people ask questions, sometimes brand new information and experience evolves from them. So if you care to join us, how do people sign up for it, Jules?
Well, first step is just gently, gently, gently come right on back. And people often want to stay in those states. And the key is actually to come back and start to move your body, drink some water, and it starts to integrate these high vibrations into your physicality. So the key is to hit those states, to reach them frequently, not to try to stay there. Although sometimes you might want to just float. So thank you so much for joining us for this program. If you do feel to join us for this development in the Stargate work, it will be a 4-week program. And like Alcazar said, he asked us to make the program very inexpensive. So it's only $37. Oh, that's so cool. Somebody said there was a time it seemed like there was a mild earthquake.
Maybe there was.
Maybe there was, yeah. Great. So it will. So this program is going to be available in 8 different languages. So let's just list them. So it's going to be in Greek, translated, in Bulgarian,
Italian,
Hungarian, Portuguese,
and English.
We speak English.
And Russian.
Yeah, and Russian. Did we leave any out? So we'll have links to all of those different languages. For those of you who speak them, you can sign up, and every time we email you the access to the webinars, we'll also give you information about how to listen in from all these different languages. So just so much appreciation to all of you for being who you are, for doing this leading edge consciousness shift, because like we heard earlier today, a tiny little candle can light the way for miles. And
so you can also, this webinar is being recorded and you will get a copy of that. Please share it with your friends if you feel that it might be something that may assist them or they might be interested in. And come join us if this feels right for you. So thank you all so much. You can experience more on our website, which is thestargateexperience.com, thestargateexperience.com. And there's lots of free meditations and further information there as well.
Okay, so someone is asking if they continue doing all the meditations from the first youthing program.
So yes, do that until the second one starts.
And then once the second one starts, we'll just really focus in on the new stuff that we're bringing through.
And for those people that you're perhaps halfway or just started the first youthing program, you have a choice. You can continue the youthing program series 1 until you've done the 4 weeks and then come to the second one, or you can start with the second one and then go back to the first one. It's really flexible. There's no set rules. It's always about following your own feeling. The only thing that Alcazar asks is that you do one of the meditations every day during the 4-week process.
Okay. So Sandra is asking about information about the content of the program. So we have focuses for each week. We never know what's going to happen because Alcazar is always bringing through new information and experiences. But the focus is all about how do we understand our human body, mind, relational mechanism. So how do we come to really be able to have a lot more of what my favorite neuroscientist calls mind sight, the ability to see, to attune to be with our own internal world and the internal worlds of others. So week 1 is going to be all about understanding the brain, which isn't just here. It's actually the neurons in the heart, neurons in the gut, which is why we feel embodied, not enskulled, right? But there's also this other fascinating aspect, which is we have our physical nervous system, but we are also built, if you wish, we're created. We have this capacity to also receive energy and information from the field. And Alcazar talks about how our multidimensional DNA actually has this spark of spirit. And so like in this way, our nervous system is actually connected up to the guides, which is why we feel them in the way that we do. So it's about like understanding that experience is actually neural firing. And so we can repattern our whole nervous systems so that we are vibrating at this level, so that we're feeling this love, so that the youthing and regeneration qualities can be like our own fountain of youth from the inside out. Oh, I got it. So week 1 is all about understanding the body mechanism. Week 2 is all about understanding the mind. And what I love about the interpersonal neurobiology is they say like the mind isn't just a result of like brain firing, because your mind can actually change your brain firing. And not only that, but your mind isn't actually separate from all the other people in the world. We're actually incredibly connected. So it's really beautiful to see scientists who are actually like, these are our fundamental paradigms.
Week 3?
Week 3, relationships. So
relationships in terms of how it changes you and how you interrelate, and how you can change you and you find your relationships improve. And many people have mentioned that over the last few weeks, how their relationships are changing.
And also understanding the impact of our early relationships. And so this is called attachment theory, right? But Alcazar has the whole inner child work, which is all about like when we're really small children, we're incredibly receptive to the programming of the people around us. So it's about like, okay, how do we become aware of what those programs are? Because they're running our lives a lot of the extent. And then how do we start to, once we recognize like, hey, that's not how I want to operate, how do we start to repattern that? So for each of these 3 weeks, the body, brain, the mind, the relationships, we'll be having meditations with the intention of starting to repattern so that we can start to choose what we want to embrace more of.
More consciousness into your life.
Essentially like,
and experiencing what you want to experience.
More consciousness, more awareness, and more
love.
Of the ability to choose love.
And the 4th week, Alcazar has not told us what the topic of the 4th week is. He did that with the first series, and it was a surprise in a sense because it was fear. But then when he started to talk about it, it became obvious how that fitted in. And so we're curious. We don't know yet what the topic of the 4th week is.
Actually, what's funny is that Prageet got the topic in the middle of the night. He knew what it would be. And by the time he woke up in the morning, it was gone.
It was gone. Yeah.
So anyway. That happened with the first one too.
Yeah.
So I want to leave you with something that my brother Andrew actually said, which was that he realized that in all of his relationships and all of his situations, moment by moment, he was like, I decided to choose love. I decided to always choose love. And I was like, that's a really simple guiding light. So choose love and love yourself first.
Okay, we love you. Thank you for joining us. If you feel drawn to us, we will look forward to seeing you when the first of this webinar series starts, which is on
June 11th.
June the 11th.
Next Sunday in a week.
1 week away. So we love you. We'll see you again. We hope. If not, take care. Have a beautiful life.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.